Hi and welcome to my video series on Microsoft Visual Studio. Today we're going to look at how to create views in databases. Now, what's a view? Well, really what a view is really another table in your database that crosses all information across your database, or can span across all the different various tables in your database. An example here, in this particular example that students have been working on, is this student teacher subject results database. And an example where we might want to view is, say, for example, if we're looking around results. So when I've got results here, I can see here that I've got the ID, the ST num, the subject num, and the results. And that's all very well and good. However, it's a lot of gobbledygook when you're trying to manage this at a form level. So if you've got a user trying to work out what the ID is and the ST num and the subject num, that can actually be quite difficult. We can normalize our table like this. And then what we can do is we can put views over the top of that. So rather than putting in the st num, what we can actually do is we can actually have the st or the student name rather than the num, and we can actually have the subject name coming from the subject table rather than the subject num and then the result. And that can make it quite easy. Just to give to show you, I've created this kind of report card view, which basically is what a report card would look like. And what we've done here is we've created all of these, we've entered in all of these different tables here, and basically we've put in this the student name, the subject name, the teacher name, and the result for that particular subject. And when I open up that view, what we can do is we can see here that is actually quite a nice looking table. So even though this is not normalized, this table here, it doesn't need to be because it doesn't form part of our normalized table. However, it's a good view to have when you start querying your database, or you want to start presenting results in a way with the database. It's particularly useful when you're using missing parameter searches, because you have to use the missing parameter searches by the key fields. However, you want to return back something that makes sense, so views are a good thing to have. So how do we create a view? Well, this is really straightforward. What we do here is we just go right click on view, and we can just go add new view. We can choose the tables that we want. So for example, if we're doing a report card, we want all of these, and I'm just going to redo this report card I've done before. So results, student, we want subject and teacher. And then all we need to do is we just choose the fields that we want to include in our view. So for example, in the teacher field, I don't want teacher ID, I actually want the teacher name. This is for a report card. I don't want the subject number, I actually want the subject name. I don't want the student number, I want the student name. And then I don't want any ID fields in here, I just simply want the result. And that's just already linking back through the key fields, and actually will present that all information for you in a kind of very ordered way. And you can see here normally when you want to create a view that this is a kind of information, when you're doing this at a query level, this is a kind of information that you've got to write in your query before you can even start to do the missing parameter searches. So it can become quite complex when you're doing this at a query level. So when you start doing your forms and you start presenting information in your forms, it's a good idea, particularly once you've thought about it, to start creating views to logically group your information. So that concludes my video on how to create a view in Microsoft Visual Studio.